There is a place on Earth that is as close to an alien planet as we will ever get. It is a world without sun, without seasons, and without boundaries. Here, the water pressure is so intense, it would crush a human lung like a soda can. The temperature hovers just above freezing, and the darkness is absolute. This is the Bathypelagic Zone, the midnight of the ocean. Life here is defined by one crushing reality: scarcity. Food is rare. Warmth is non-existent. But the rarest resource of all is companionship. Imagine being born into a three-dimensional void that stretches for thousands of miles. You are alone. You are tiny. And your only purpose, the entire reason for your existence, is to find another living soul in the dark. The odds are statistically impossible. It is like trying to find a specific person in a blackout, floating in the emptiness of outer space, with no map and no radio. But nature does not accept impossible. In the deep, life finds a way. But sometimes, the price of survival is a biological transformation so extreme, so disturbing that for decades, scientists refused to believe it was real. This is the story of the ultimate sacrifice, a story of a creature that doesn't just find a mate, but literally dissolves into them. When we think of the monsters of the deep, this is the face we see. The deep-sea anglerfish specifically, the female. She is a fortress of survival. She sits motionless in the water column, conserving every ounce of energy, dangling a bioluminescent lure filled with glowing bacteria to trick prey into swimming straight into her jaws. She is the queen of the abyss. But for a long time, researchers were baffled by a mystery. Whenever they brought these creatures up from the deep, they were always female. Every single one. They searched for the males. They looked for a similar fish, perhaps slightly smaller. But they found nothing. It was as if the species consisted entirely of solitary queens. It turned out they were looking for the wrong thing. Meets the male he looked so different from the female that he could be a different species entirely. No lure. He has no giant teeth. His digestive system is stunted. He cannot hunt the way she does. From the moment he hatches, he is living on a ticking clock. He has a small reserve of liver energy, and when that runs out, he dies. He is not built for a long life. He is built for a single, desperate mission. He is, essentially, a swimming nose. The male's olfactory organs, his nose, are enormous relative to his head size. They are tuned to detect a specific pheromone molecule drifting in 1 billion gallons of seawater. He swims blindly through the crushing dark, sniffing for a chemical ghost. This is the first extreme condition of his life: the tyranny of distance. The deep ocean is not crowded. Animals are separated by miles of empty water. But let's say he beats the odds. Let's say he catches a scent. He follows the trail, his energy reserves fading. Up ahead, he sees a light. The lure of the female. To a shrimp or a lanternfish, that light is a death sentence. To him, it is salvation. He approaches her. She is a giant compared to him, sometimes 10 times his size or more. In the animal kingdom, a size difference, this massive, usually means one thing: the smaller animal is food. But she doesn't eat him, and he doesn't court her. There is no mating dance here. There is no gentle ritual. He knows that if he lets go, the currents will sweep him away, and he will never find her again. He has one chance, so he opens his mouth, and he bites her. This is where the story shifts from nature documentary to biological horror. He bites into her belly, her side, or even her face. He latches on with a grip that will never break. And then he waits. In the surface world, if you were to bite someone and hold on, the wound would heal, or it would get infected. Your bodies would remain separate. But deep-sea anglerfish possess an enzyme that dissolves the skin of his mouth and the skin of her body where they touch. The boundaries between two separate individuals begin to blur. The fusion goes deeper than skin. Their blood vessels merge. Her heart begins to pump blood into his body. He is no longer breathing for himself. He is no longer eating for himself. He is being kept alive by her nutrients, her oxygen, her blood. He has become a sexual parasite. Once the connection is made, the male's body begins to atrophy. He no longer needs eyes to see in the dark. So, bunnies, he no longer needs fins to swim, so they wither away. His internal organs, his stomach, his gut, they all dissolve. He loses his autonomy. He loses his shape. He loses his face. This process shouldn't be possible. Biologically, this breaks one of the fundamental rules of life. Every vertebrate on Earth has an immune system designed to distinguish between self and non-self. It is a biological firewall. If you tried to graft a piece of another animal onto your body, your immune system would attack it violently and reject it. So, how do anglerfish survive this fusion? Scientists have recently discovered that to allow this monstrous intimacy, anglerfish have done something radical. They have discarded key parts of their own immune system. They have deleted the genes responsible for recognizing foreign tissue. In humans, losing these genes would leave us fatally immunocompromised, unable to fight off even a simple cold. But in the sterile, high-pressure isolation of the deep sea, the anglerfish made a trade-off. They sacrificed their biological defense for love, or, at least, for continuity. Eventually, the male is reduced to nothing more than a pair of gonads, a biological reservoir of sperm, attached to the female's body. He is there whenever she is ready to spawn, instantly available. And she doesn't stop at one. Some females have been found with up to 8 males fused to their bodies. She becomes a chimera single entity, made of multiple lives, carrying the genetic legacy of 8 vanished partners. It is efficient. It is brutal. And it is brilliant. In an environment where meeting a partner is a once-in-a-lifetime miracle, nature ensured that the first meeting would be the only one that mattered. They are together in the most literal sense possible. Till death do us part is not a vow here. It is a biological function. It is easy to look at the anglerfish with horror, to see a creature that erases the existence of its mate. But we are judging them by the standards of the surface, a world of light and warmth and abundance. In the abyss, the rules are different. The male anglerfish does not vanish in vain. He vanishes to ensure that life continues in the deadliest environment on Earth. This discovery raises a haunting question. If nature can bend the rules of biology this far, discarding immune systems, fusing bodies, erasing individuals, what else is hidden in the dark? What other desperate, impossible forms of life are swimming in the silence, waiting for our lights to find them?